What is up guys, Delboy here, bringing you a quick video talking about the card headlined by Frampton versus Luke Jackson. Just going to be going through the card, talking about each fight or talking about the main fights and sharing my opinion on each one. We'll start with the main event, Frampton versus Luke Jackson. This fight is going to be for the interim WBO featherweight title. The main version is actually held by Oscar Valdez. Oscar Valdez is actually injured right now, so he can't defend his title, hence why these two guys are fighting for the interim version. The winner of this fight will be in position to fight Oscar Valdez down the line, so the winner of this fight, at the very least, has a very big fight down the line. And not only that, if Oscar Valdez vacates, the winner of this fight should actually be elevated to full champion. So, there is incentive here. Not only that, for Frampton, should he win this fight, which he should, there's also a big fight with Josh Warrington. That's a big domestic fight in the UK. So, Frampton, who should win this fight, will have options at the end of it. The fight itself, as a headliner, is a little bit underwhelming. We all know about Frampton. He's a two-weight world champion. He's fought some good opposition over the years. Fought Kiko Martinez twice. He fought Scott Quigg. He's fought Leo Santa Cruz twice. He's been in there with some good opposition, and he's a world-class fighter. Whereas Luke Jackson, he really is an unknown quantity. He's 16-0 with 7 knockouts. He is 33 years old, and he's really not beat anybody of any consequence. From what I read online, he was a decent amateur, but as a pro, he's not pulled up any trees. He's not a puncher. He's getting on in age, so I'm really not sure what to expect from Luke Jackson. What I've seen online, he's quite basic. In the UK, he'd be kind of domestic level in my opinion, so I'm not really expecting too much from Luke Jackson. I think Frampton should do the job here, but Frampton in the past has struggled with less than stellar opposition in the past. In his not his last fight, the fight before Donaire, he fought a Mexican guy. I forgot his name. I think it was Horacio Garcia, I want to say. And he really struggled in that fight. He lost multiple rounds and looked bad at times. And also earlier on in his career, he fought in America. He fought Alejandro Gonzalez and again got dropped twice. Looks bad in that fight. So when Frampton has fought lesser level opponents in the past, sometimes he fights down to their level. So he needs to be careful of that in this fight. But apart from that, I can't really see Frampton having any issues with Luke Jackson. He should win this fight relatively comfortably. We now move on to the co-main event. Tyson Fury is going to be continuing the comeback trail. He is going to be fighting former heavyweight title challenger Francesco Pianetta. To me, Pianetta, at his best, was very, very limited. He wasn't that great as a heavyweight, and now he is clearly past his best. He's coming off a lopsided defeat to Peter Milas, who is a prospect coming out of Croatia. He also got knocked out by a shot version of Kevin Johnson. These are his recent fights, and obviously in the past he got knocked out in a round by Shagayev. He got knocked out in about 6 rounds by Vladimir Klitschko. So every time Pianetta, for the most part, has stepped up, he's been beaten. His last really good win was probably back in 2008. That's when he beat Johan Duhaupas. But Pianetta now, he's pretty much a punching bag. He's done. He should not pose any real threat to Tyson Fury. The only positive about this fight is that he's a real heavyweight. Tyson Fury's first comeback opponent, he was a cruiserweight, and a small one at that. Pianetta is a real heavyweight. He is 6'5". He's a big old boy, so at least he's a heavyweight. And it's going to be interesting to see how Tyson Fury looks in his second comeback fight. I think he needs to make a statement here. He needs to really look good. In his first comeback fight, I felt he looked terrible. And obviously they're talking about a potential fight with Deontay Wilder. If that's to happen, I think Tyson Fury really needs to look good. Because if Tyson Fury looks like crap in this fight and then goes into a Deontay Wilder fight, I really think that's going to put a dampener on that fight. Amongst real boxing fans at least. I know there's going to be some people out there who are fanboys who are going to say it's a great fight no matter what. Tyson Fury could look shot to shit and these guys they'd still say it's a great fight. So I really want to see Tyson Fury look good. I want to see him score a knockout. I want to see the reflexes on point. I want to see quicker feet. You know, I want to see a sharper Tyson Fury. And my issue going into this Deontay Wilder fight, I don't think 2 fights is enough. I think he needs more. He needs gradual raises in the competition, just to just to see what he's got left, really. I don't think fights with Seferi and a shot Pianetta really is a good gauge of seeing what's left. But that's just my opinion. Maybe Fury can shock us all and pull something out of the bag, look good against Pianetta, and then beat Deontay Wilder. I can't see it personally, but it's an interesting fight nonetheless, purely because we want to see how good Tyson Fury still is. So despite that fight not being great on paper, still got a level of intrigue there. Probably the best fight on the card, Christopher Rosales is going to be fighting Paddy Barnes. Rosales recently won the WBC flyweight title. He shocked Daigo Higa with a knockout win in Japan. He really did shock the world in that fight. He was expected to lose, but Rosales beat Higa by knockout and he won that title. He's making his first defence against Paddy Barnes. Paddy Barnes is only 5-0, but he was a very decorated amateur, so it's going to be interesting to see how Paddy Barnes sort of raises the level of competition, jumping straight to world level. I don't think he's going to win this fight. I think Rosales will bring way too much pressure. He's quite a hard puncher, and he's a more experienced pro, so I've got Rosales beating Paddy Barnes personally. I mean, Rosales gave Andrew Selby a tough fight, and I felt that Andrew Selby was a far better boxer than Paddy Barnes. I think Paddy Barnes is going to struggle, and I think he's going to get stopped. You can actually get some good odds on a Rosales knockout. I can't recall them off the top of my head, but they're definitely out there, and I'm going to be putting some money down shortly, actually. So yeah, Rosales versus Paddy Barnes. Decent fight, but still, I'd expect Rosales to win that. And pretty much that is all what's of note on the card. You've got Steve Collins Jr. He's fighting Stephen Ward. That's an okay fight. Couple of interesting prospects. Sam Maxwell, good super lightweight. Lewis Crocker, he's a good welterweight prospect. So there's some good prospects on the card also. But in a nutshell, that's pretty much the card. I mean, not really any 50-50s on the card, but it's a decent watch if you're not doing anything Saturday night. What do you guys think of this card? Peace.